Hey, welcome back to Branching Out. This week we want to do some pruning on my grape trellis here. And what we're going to start with is the trunk. So we have a trunk here that starts off as the main plant. What grows off the main plant is going to be your cordons. So that anything that's straight up is going to be our trunk, and anything coming off is going to be an arm or a cordon. So then what we want to do is only cut to 2 to 4 cordons. So normally a lot of guys, they have a different trellis than this, but I've kind of decorated this a little bit, made it a little more aesthetic. So when this finally starts to grow and get really in there and entwine, this whole thing will become a very large trellis for just grapes. But that's just the way I built it when I first started doing this permaculture. So what we're gonna do is count our cordons. So we have one right here. So this one right here is right off the bat, right at the bottom there. It came right off the bottom of the trunk. We're gonna count that one as a cordon as opposed to the trunk. Right here, again, the trunk, we're going to use this one that goes up straight as the trunk. We're going to keep trying to keep pulling this over like that and so on. And this is again another cordon. So what we want to do is off this cordon, we're going to get rid of this one right here. This is just not where it's supposed to be. So we'll cut that out, get rid of that. And again, when you're fertilizing, best thing you can do, use the tree itself. You know, use the plant base itself. So again, we have our cordon right here. We have another one that's an offshoot here, and we've been able to train it to come down this trellis right this way. So we're going to cut that piece off as well. So we don't want that one. And then now, off the cordon, what we're going to do is you're going to see these spurs here, and you can see how you're going to have all these spurs. Now, this is a node, so I'll try and get a little bit closer here. So that's a node, that's a node, that's a node. There's even 1 or 2 down here and here. We only want to cut to like 2 or 3. So we cut right there, and that's it. But we're also, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this one right off and only choose one of the spurs per about fist length, every 6 inches or so. We're going to cut that up. So we're definitely going to get rid of this piece right here, throw it back in the ground, and let's get on the other side here. You can see how we have these spurs here. See, they're doing all right. What we're going to do is just cut them right back. Got some hail coming in here, a little bit of snow. It's quite chilly in the wind, about 6 degrees here. Again, think we might keep this one and bring it over here. So it is starting to come down with a little bit of wet rain right this minute. But first thing I'm going to do, get in here and start cutting some of this stuff out regardless. And I might have to just run inside, get out of this weather for a minute. It is, as you can see, it's getting kind of nasty. So, man, this is really ruining my chances to put this video out here. So we're going to come back, and then I'll show you some of the progress that we've done and keep continuing on as we go. All right. Okay, so again, we have our cordon here. So we have one down here, we have one up here, and we have another one coming off the trunk that we're slowly trying to bring back to that main pole over here, right? So I'll just sweep over there in a second. But then I just wanted to show you like this right here. This is no good, okay? So this is obviously it fruited last year, but we don't want to keep it that much. We're just gonna cut it right to about there. 2 nodes, right? 1, 2, well, let's do 3 nodes on this one. And we'll get rid of that little grape piece there and this. And as you can see, we're just going to follow this cordon all the way along, and we're just going to keep bringing it up. And I'll pan over. You can pan over here, and you can see how this just kind of travels all the way over here. And I have another grape right there. That I believe is seedless red grape, and on the other corner over here is a white Vidal. The rest are Concord. So you can see, and I'll just leave it there for a second. So you can see over here, we have all our little fruit spurs right here. So again, I've cut them back down to 2 to 3 nodes, and I just kept cutting them out. And if there was more than one, you should choose one. You don't have to, but it's probably a better idea that you do to get better growth, better fruiting. And again, we have this this one here is this other thing here. We're going to have to somehow secure it, I think, a little bit better so that we can really solidify which ones are the cordons and which ones aren't. So again, we may mix these cordons with these cordons. Again, I could cut them right back and only use that side, which in fact, so again, this right here was this was a split off from that one cordon. So that cordon had two, a really long arm, so we're only going to choose one. So what we did is I brought it up to the next one and brought it back over this way. I'm going to let that one grow. But then see, you get over to here, and you got these really long ones here, right? We want to get rid of that. So we'll get rid of some of that. We'll get rid of that old grapevine. We got two right here. So we're going to get rid of the small one because the other one's, you know, really solidified itself. We're going to go 3 nodes on that one right there. So we got 1, 2, 3, possibly even 4 down there, which won't kill it. And then we have another one right here, which is a little small, so we'll cut that one back to 2. Oh, we'll do it right here. So as you can see, even spikes or spurs all along, and then so on and so forth. So now we still have this one, and it's gonna. I kept wanting to make it travel over the trellis to make itself its own trellis, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it off right there and just keep using this grape down here, the seedless one, to solidify, excuse me, this corner here. And, yeah, again, like this one here. We got a nice cordon here. We got another cordon here, and we got another one down at the bottom. We're gonna cut this little guy here that's coming off one of the cordons, because we're not gonna use that one. And just like that, we already have some of the spurs already grown. I don't know if you can see that. Again, this is the cordon, so what we'll do is we'll cut this broken piece off here. We'll just give that a little snip down to the next nub there, or bud. And we'll slowly start growing. When that starts to grow in the spring, we'll start bringing that along that way. What we're gonna do is we're gonna tie that up there though, and I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bend it over, and I'm gonna start bringing it that way. Or, yeah, well, it's hard to say. How about I just keep going? And I'll show you some of the other stuff that I'm doing. We'll get on the other side there, show you some more Concords, and kind of give you a real good idea of that spur here. So you can see this, got this really long cordon coming off a cordon. Oh, that's a big spur. I don't like that one. We're gonna take that one right out. So we're just cut that right off. Right down to the nub there. And again, I just chop it up and use it as mulch in my everything's chop and drop here in the permaculture food forest. So let's keep going, and I'll bring you back and show you a little bit more of what I've done. So just kind of giving you a good idea here. We've got 2 spurs here. We're going to get rid of just this one, and we're going to cut it right there, just like that. So they're pretty much all the same. This particular one has another trunk kind of growing at the bottom. We're going to use that as a cordon, and then we're going to use and I'm going to pan through this in just 2 seconds. And I just wanted to show you the cordons that I'm picking. 1, 2, you know, we got probably 3, and the trunk's still growing, so we'll take 4. We'll even use that bottom one. So we're going 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So we'll probably get rid of the other one, or we'll just use that one to stretch or hang on to the trellis itself, just to keep it in an upright position or help it with sturdiness and strength. That's about it. Let me pan around a little bit and we'll sign off here. But if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments. And if you like this video, throw me a thumbs up. And okay, as you can see, like I said, I got my trunk. Basically, this is my trunk right here. All right. What's coming off the trunk? Another cordon. We're going to use that lower one. Come up here. We got another cordon. One just above it off the same trunk. Again, there's 3, and we'll probably do this other one 4, and this one right here, we're just going to keep using that as the trunk to keep growing straight and straight up. Now I had tied it up a little bit just to kind of keep it from moving around all the time in the winter time. When the spring comes, those little tendrils will just grab right onto anything it can actually. So again, here, if I step back a bit, you can see how we have our cordons just down here. You see there's 2 right there, and then 1 over here, which had 2 off it. I cut 1 off, moved it up, brought it over, and then we're gonna fill the rest of it up. Oh, it looks like we have another one off of it. I think I'm gonna keep that actually. That's what I was planning on. There's 2, so this is 1 cordon with another length on it. We're gonna just do the exact same thing as above it, and bring it over there. And again, we got a smaller, these smaller ones struggle a little bit. One I just realized was dead. I must have hit it with the saw or something, but who knows? It broke pretty clean, that's all I know. This is that white Vidal, and it's been struggling here a little while. Hasn't been doing very well. As you can see, my Concord grapes do pretty good. So we'll definitely be coming back in the spring and do a little update on that one. You can see we got a few more things here. We just got to tidy up here. I didn't notice, but one of the cordons comes up into the middle and off into two long shoots, which we don't want. So what we're gonna do, again, pretty simple, right? One down here. So there's one right here by the grape node, right there. There's two nodes. Again, well, we got one here kind of coming off. It's doing a little more like holding on to stuff, but right above it, we got another one right there. We're gonna snip that too. We're gonna cut that one right there, get rid of that dead. And I think I might use this as a grow brace. Again, we got one right here behind the tree there, or behind this little trellis. And that was about it, really. Yeah, I guess we'll just cut that whole one off right here. So we'll just cut that right off. It was kind of holding some stuff in place there, but that's about it for this week.